She doesn't. Oh, okay. I know what we should talk about. I'm gonna bitch about Winter Soldier.
Fair enough. When you when you run into topics, we'll go onto my list.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
I'm actually really upset that Winter Soldier is getting canceled right now.
I know.
I was iffy when it first started up again. I don't know. I kind of got used to Burbanker's America hating communist guerrillas with Gatling guns. But this one read a lot more sophisticatedly.
Yeah.
Sure, the artwork wasn't anything to gawk about, but its writing was really solid. Nick Fury, the real Nick Fury, not
Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury that everybody. Seriously, the more I think about Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury, the angrier, the more furious I get, because it's such a waste of potential.
That was one thing that was Ultimate. That was his universe.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of them kind of switching places from universe to universe at times. Actually, I thought they were going to do that at one point, but they never got around to it. But it was just to appease the movies. This is what worries me about when Winter Soldier comes back. And it will, and I know this. Okay. I'm worried they're going to do the whole movie-verse kind of thing while disregarding everything that made Bucky Bucky. I actually saw some artwork about the new Winter Soldier look, and it's so Hydra-esque that it makes me afraid that they're going to tone down the Soviet backing of the entire Winter Soldier backstory.
You mean they're just going to replace the Soviets with Hydra just because?
Yep. Or they're going to downplay his true origins.
Or they're going to do what they did to Iron Man. Instead of him being in Vietnam, then he was in Afghanistan.
Well, we all kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah.
They used a sliding scale with Marvel. Because remember, Rhino was actually an Eastern Bloc experiment. I'm not even sure if they're even bringing that up anymore. Yep, Rhino was communist.
Just like those pesky gorillas.
Damn gorillas. With Captain America, it's okay, mainly because he woke up forever later. And they even covered the tracks about the other Captain Americas, but it's difficult to keep one character grounded in one set time frame without time travel being a thing. So one thing with Captain America, Wolverine's immortal, and everyone else is so interchangeable with times. Iron Man was an exception, but they found a way to fix that, thanks to America constantly being at war with someone.
Hooray, patriotism!
But the more I think about it, I don't like the sliding scale, but I understand why it's there.
It serves a purpose, and it does it at least somewhat well most of the time. But there are the edge cases that it fucks up.
Yeah. But when it does get rebooted, I'm going to know that I'm never going to see normal Nick Fury for a long, long, long time. It would be a miracle if this creative team comes back to it. I'd really love them to. But I'm not holding my breath. I hear Burbanker's going back to it, which is a plus, but at the same time, Burbanker likes to have action-packed Bucky. This one had a very solemn feeling to it. A lot of insight was put into this book that was missing from Burbanker's one. That, and I hate how Burbanker just made Black Widow all over Bucky. It's not just because I hate Black Widow. I do, but I feel she was shoehorned into his stories just because she's Russian.
And it seems to be the one Russian character that everybody remembers.
Exactly.
So speaking of reboots,
yeah.
I'm getting tired of how directionless the 52 reboot seems to be getting. I mean, it's...
I knew where Batwoman is now directing this.
Yeah. I can't follow that series anymore. It's just... Ugh.
You know, I still have high hopes that they might get back on track. But at the same time, I don't trust DC's whole editorial stuff to actually believe that they will.
Yeah. And the more I think, and the more I realize that the 52 reboot was more for that, their digital distribution of comics setup thing, just to get everything back to zero. You know, I like the idea of digital. I do too.
It also threatens print. And really, how long can we trust digital, though? What if the server goes down? Like, indefinitely.
You're talking about that, DRM stuff that has to check with the internet to see if it's okay for you to use something.
No, I'm just talking about, let's say we were buying stuff.
Yeah?
And all of a sudden, let's say we broke our tablet. The servers just went down. We can never get that shit back.
Oh boy.
At the same time, I can go to any shop and find a back copy of pretty much anything. But yeah, I found Doctor Strange versus Shuma Gorath round 2 on pure accident.
And that's usually...
I was just looking through the back stuff.
Where did you pick that up again?
Picked it up at that one store.
Let's just... I want to talk about the weather. Do you hear about getting just fucking destroyed by snow?
Yeah, I heard. I actually started laughing. They can feel my pain now. Dude, we still have fucking snow and we're like middle of April.
It's getting fucking ridiculous at this point.
I'm getting really global warming my ass.
Hey, at
it's
least...
not cold, but snow's not going away.
You want to know what I think is hilarious?
Huh.
The snow basically just stopped right where we were.
Yeah, I heard we were supposed to get it.
And then we barely got any. It's like your rage warded it off. It's like
my hatred saved our town.
Just like the Bible said it would.
Thanks, Shumi. Your iron-bound books of Shuma Gorath saved us all. All I had to do was sacrifice lambs and children.
You were gonna sacrifice them anyway, don't lie.
Shut up, they don't know that.
So...
Oh, actually, the more I read into the more I read into the 52, the less interested overall of DC I became. But I'm not actually opposed to them rebooting the entire universe. I really am not. However, I believe certain interpretations should be strictly Elseworld. You know, kind of like Vampire Batman.
And like a lot of the Frank Miller Batman stuff.
Frank Miller should never be associated with Batman again.
Or RoboCop. He fucking ruined RoboCop.
Fucking Frank Miller.
Seriously, Frank Miller.
There's only one group of people that still appreciates RoboCop, and that's the Koreans. And now he's used to sell fried chicken. I'm not kidding you.
I know, I've seen the commercial too, and it makes me sad. Okay, especially since how good RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2 were. And then the third movie, oh god, it just fucking ruined everything. It's fucking stupid. Have you seen it?
I have not, actually.
Oh god.
I'm not missing anything?
Well, okay. Okay, in order to understand why it's bad, you have to see the first two movies.
I've seen the first two.
Okay. Okay, of the first two, which one's your favorite?
First one.
Really? My favorite's the second one.
I like the second one. I just have a better memory of the first one.
You just like that scene where they were blowing off his body parts with a shotgun.
No, I like the part where he came back as RoboCop. And then you could just say, oh, shit. Bad things are going to happen now. This is just disaster stuff all over it. Especially when he started remembering shit.
Yeah. He's, like, that's why I like 2 so much, because he remembers more and more shit about his past life.
Just one big disaster waiting to happen. And then that disaster was RoboCop 3.
Yeah.
Frank Miller hacked him.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
on the topic of Frank Miller, would
let's...
you honestly be okay with All-Star Batman and Robin coming back?
No! Kill it with fire! Okay.
Come on!
No, but...
Damn you and your lemonade!
Okay, it's great because it's terrible, but it's terrible.
You know what I loved about Wonder Woman, though?
Okay,
she was
what?
too busy being a crazy bitch. Superman humiliates her, and that turns her on.
Okay.
She likes being dominated.
Well, that...
Which, you know what the bad part is? That's not too far from the origins.
Yeah.
Except Wonder Woman likes to dominate. Because, you know, the creator really likes being tied up by women.
And he also invented the polygraph.
Yeah, it always got to me. And to think, we know why he created it. For bed purposes.
Yeah, he was in that really weird relationship for all those years. You remember that?
Yep, that would have gotten him stoned back then.
It's... You know what? I'm glad he existed back then before Twitter and Facebook and all like
God.
He would never be able to keep that shit secret today.
Definitely.
It's just like, oh. So back to Frank Miller.
Right.
What do you think is the worst thing that he's ever done?
God. Okay. Was it Dark Knight Strikes Again? Is what it was called?
Oh, well, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can name all sorts of wrong. You know why he allowed Batman to just wail on Superman? Two reasons.
Okay, why?
One, he got denied from working on Man of Steel. Two, he just hates Superman.
Yeah. That's pretty...
Seriously, that's the big reasonings. Is that he didn't get the right Man of Steel, they told him no, and he just hates Superman. I really hated what he did with the Flash.
Yeah.
Dude, Frank Miller's fashion sense is terrible. He was like, is it Lance Armstrong that his name is? The bicyclist?
Yeah. The one who got his balls cut off, yeah?
Okay, no, Flash looked like not Neil Armstrong, Lance Armstrong
Yeah.
in that little suit of his. It was so short. It's like all his biker gear got shrunk in the washer, and he gave it to Flash.
Man, that's gotta chafe.
Dude, do you remember he had sneakers on? Why would the Flash wear fucking sneakers? That's stupid.
He'd wear running shoes.
Even those wouldn't do very well.
You know what? I wonder how Flash would feel about that barefoot running craze thing that's been going around for like the last year. Have you heard about that shit?
Mm-mm.
So apparently there's this like tribe in Mexico or Latin America or wherever the fuck. And they run like barefoot and like people were inspired by them so they did it. And now they're like, now barefoot running is like a thing. So, yeah. But
someone's going to be throwing spikes on the track now.
Well, not only that, but here's the thing. They're starting to get like weird injuries because apparently shoes fuck your feet up or something. Or or other shit, it's just like, what the fuck? This is getting dumb.
Alright. So, I was watching more of that Injustice videos. I saw an entire video where Black Adam just wailed on everyone. It was amazing.
It got you hard?
Well, no. Anyone who gets to beat on Hal Jordan is instantly great. And that he's a Captain Marvel villain? Extra points. And Green Arrow was dead. Yeah, like, look at any screenshot with Green Arrow.
Yeah.
If he's not alive, he's always dead. Somewhere in the background.
Well, okay.
Look for him.
Okay, if he's not alive, then he has to be dead.
Shut up.
Sometimes you just have to listen to what you say.
Okay, if he's not shown,
Yeah?
if you see him in the background, he's generally dead.
But if
Other times, it's usually gameplay. If he's not in gameplay, if he's in the background somewhere, he's dead.
you know what? Okay. That gets me to a point that I wanted to talk about. You know how movie trailers now spoil most of the movie for you?
Yes.
What a... Like, it wastes half the reason why you want to go to the movies in the first place. It's like, I want to hear a good story.
You know, that's why I like the way Kojima does things.
Yeah?
He intentionally gives absolutely nothing away. Like, we'll get screenshots of, and we'll be able to piece what we think is going on. But when the game comes out, Kojima's like, ha ha ha, I tricked you all. It was nothing like that. Because Kojima is an evil, evil little man.
Wait, he's a little man?
Well, think about it. How much do we actually know what's going to go down in Phantom Pain? Like, we see all this stuff, but we have nothing to really push it together.
No, I was talking about, like, he's a little man,
I know.
He's short? Like...
No, he's an evil, evil little man.
Oh! He's little because he's so bitter. Ah.
That and he knows how to make a trailer. See, remember when Amazing Spider-Man was coming out?
Yeah?
I was really hoping that one joke was the first of many. Turns out it was
He's the
only
only one. The only one in the whole movie.
And we've been so exposed to it like 1,000 times in the commercials.
That it wasn't
funny.
It wasn't funny anymore. It was not even funny anymore.
Do you know what they should have done? A montage of Spider-Man humiliating villains.
That would have been funny.
I feel that when they tried to make it, they're trying to make it relatable. It's about a kid who got bitten by a radioactive spider. Now he can crawl on walls.
How relatable does he need to be?
That, and I get the feeling like no one really fucking gets it. Like, by making George Stacy the J. Jonah Jameson, it kind of takes away from J. Jonah Jameson.
Was he even in the movie?
Nope.
Really? Really?
They took away actually some really key points. Like, one, Peter never resolved Uncle Ben's murder.
Yeah, they just left that hanging there like 10-year-old turd.
And Peter's whole reasoning for being Spider-Man was kind of lame.
He wants to beat up that one blonde guy. How very Hitler of him.
No, what happened was he fell through something and then he saw a poster and that was his whole reasoning.
Oh.
That was it. He didn't make a costume identity for being a wrestler, which happened in the Sam Raimi movies and in the comic books. Then, well, we have another issue with Peter Parker's Aunt May was too young.
Yeah,
She has a job.
that's
See,
like,
it was more believable when she was older and had a hard time getting income flow, which prompted Peter to get a job to help out.
that took out a major chunk of Peter's, like, responsibilities.
You know what? I think Spectacular did it the best. They explored pretty much none of the origin story. They just jumped right into it.
Origin stories are really way too overdone. I mean, honestly, the most interesting superhero stories are where they're already established. It doesn't really matter how they became there, it's just that they are. And it's them dealing with shit.
Exactly. Not only that, but he doesn't have any good villains going on. I mean, he doesn't even have any straightforward villains going on right now.
Yeah, apparently
We can argue that Kurt is unwilling, an unwilling party in this. And then he went crazy. You know what we should have done first?
What?
Dr. Octopus.
That would have been
It
awesome.
would have hyped up Superior, and it would have just been interesting to see Dr. Octopus. Once a pretty good guy go completely insane because his mother made his mind wander. Like, you know how that whole thing went down originally? His old, fat-ass mother got into an argument with him, and he gave her a heart attack. Then he was so distraught over it, he wasn't paying attention when he was dealing with chemicals, and then the radiation hit him. Actually, I think Dr. Octopus Year 1 did it better, but either way, to see Dr. Octopus be completely warped like that would have been a lot more interesting than Kurt Connors.
Yeah, Kurt Connors, he was kind of boring. I mean,
Kurt Connors would have been better if they would have handled it slightly better, or made the movie longer. The movie's really short.
yeah, it kind of was. I mean, they didn't really bother to develop anything, really. I mean, the only thing they really had going was that kind of love story thing, but that was just so, like, okay, at the start it was paced okay, and then it suddenly, like, all came together, like, really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, that relationship, like, started slow, and then, like, had that instant moment of, and then then they're in a relationship, and then, like,
Do you know what superhero movie that did really well with everything?
what?
Captain America.
Yeah, it was, I really like that movie. It's really well put together.
I'm actually really excited for Winter Soldier.
The next one?
I really am.
Yeah.
At
That'll,
the same time, I'm also a little worried that they're going to fall into the whole sequel thing. Where the second one is just kind of there, and the third one is usually pretty good.
you know what I think would be best for it to happen?
Hmm.
If Winter Soldier was the Spider-Man 2 of the Captain America series.
Yeah.
The best fucking
would be
movie of
awesome.
them all. And then guess what happens? The third one's there, the main villain doesn't show up till like the last 30 minutes. And then there's this really awkward like dance scene in there for no reason, and it makes the main character into an abusive boyfriend. Then it will be a Sam Raimi movie trilogy.
Dear God, the third one was bad.
But that one scene is what really dragged it under.
Oh, Dude, I think there was more to it. I think Peter's mood swings really did it for me.
Well, okay. Peter tried to get all angsty and emo, like, right before that shit, and that didn't help. But that one scene, okay, it looks like it's from a different fucking movie. Because it's completely, like, the tone before and after that scene, it completely shifts the tone. And it does it in a dancing scene that's in a non-musical movie. What the fuck?
Dude, no, fuck the dancing scene. Do you remember when Peter was looking into the mirror? It was like a scene out of a horror film. Like, all of a sudden he's going to be throwing up blood and something will drag him into the shower.
Yeah.
Spider-Man / Slender Man.
Oh God.
Carry $20.
Actually, you know what I think would make a really good horror movie? A movie about domestic abuse that doesn't suck.
Good luck. Hollywood sucks.
No, but seriously, if they framed it like an actual horror movie, that could be really awesome.
It could be.
Especially if they framed...
You know, with Ant-Man coming out, I'm wondering which one they're gonna do. Like, you know what they should do?
What?
Style it like Ant-Man Year 1. Or Season 1. You know how, like, they're doing the season stuff to redo all the origins? Update them?
Yeah, because they need to be updated.
Okay. The Ant-Man 1 ends off with Jan and Hank. We can look for better days than tomorrow. And it ends on an optimistic note, except everyone knows the truth. So it comes off a little bittersweet. Because you know what happens afterwards. Hank loses his mind, calls himself Yellow Jacket, hits Jan.
And that's how you start a good story arc.
Actually,
Domestic abuse.
You want to know who would be a better villain than Thanos for Avengers 2?
Yellow Jacket.
No, Ultron.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Think about it. He's a robot that they can't destroy. Like the first 10 minutes of the movie, or like the first 20 minutes of the movie, They finally beat him down. Everything goes back to normal. They think they've won, and all of a sudden, things start going wrong again. They have no idea what the fuck's going on. Ultron keeps coming back, and they can't stop him. It gives the movie a feeling of helplessness. We may be Earth's mightiest heroes, but Ultron won't fucking die.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
See, I don't trust Marvel to do Thanos after Thanos Rising. Like, I went and read my Thanos quest again.
Yeah.
It makes me hate Thanos Rising even more. Like, it makes me violently angry. Like, I could go find an orphanage,
Yeah.
grow, like, 50 feet, and then try to stomp it out. Like Goggalor.
That would be...
With the populace screaming, Goggalor just destroyed the orphanage! No, wait, that wasn't the orphanage. That was the orphanage for dogs. Goggalor hates children!
Psychonauts still affecting you?
So I fucking love Psychonauts. This game's so funny. They lied, and then they went away. Blowing up squirrels. Classic. Supposedly Captain Marvel is going to appear in Iron Man 3.
I have no...
Likewise with Doctor Strange and Thor 2.
I have no idea how to respond to that, even. It's like...
I get why they're doing it, but at the same time...
It doesn't make sense.
Iron Man... I find it ironic that everyone likes Iron Man.
Well, here's the thing. He is the 1%. And he's the thing that brought Marvel to the place where it is.
I know, how fucked up is that?
Especially when it comes to the movies. Seriously.
I know, but it's just so fucked up. And the whole reason for Iron Man existing was to piss off all the hippies.
You don't know what I think is... You know what I think has kind of to do with that?
Mm.
You know about House, right? House MD?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Basically, it's like a... You know how there's like procedural dramas? There's a genre called Doctor Procedural Dramas. Anyway, basically, House is a super smart doctor. He's kind of like... Okay. He is to doctors what Sherlock Holmes is to detectives. And it's basically about him being an asshole. And, like, fixing people's diseases and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that show is what brought people to like assholes more. And therefore Iron Man got popular. That's my theory. Because House has been going on for years.
I don't understand where... Do you remember when being a good person was all that was needed?
Yeah. But then jerks got so much more interesting.
I know, right? Like, sure, it's fun to have an asshole be a main character. I mean, I do love me my Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
And anyone who thinks they know Spider-Man 2099 has never read Spider-Man 2099. Miguel makes Dr. Octopus look like a saint. Miguel is a dick. And that's why I love him.
He's just such an ass to everybody.
I know.
Even the
But
people...
why do we love him so much?
Because we wish that we could disrespect people as much as he does and get away with it.
Everyone's so stupid, they don't get he's making fun of them. You know what's really funny?
Bat Cow?
Yes, we should just talk about Bat Cow now.
Okay, but what were you gonna say?
I'll save it for later. I want to talk about Bat Cow now.
Okay.
So apparently, Scott Snyder, let me get his name right, is doing the 5 stages of grief with Batman. So naturally, it's going to go as well as anything at DC right now. It's going to suck. The first stage, I believe they did, was with the peppercorn burger, Red Robin. That's what I'm calling it. It's the peppercorn burger.
You know what? We're officially calling it Red Robin Yum from now on. I don't care what anybody else says. Peppercorn burger. You know what? This is why I wish we had a Red Robin where we live. Because we don't, and it sucks.
Yeah, we really need one. But anyways, apparently Red Hood's going to be anger, Catwoman's supposed to be bargaining. My buddy says Nightwing's acceptance, but I'm still in denial, and I'm going to say that Bat Cow will be acceptance. Bat Cow is new Robin. Make it happen, DC. That'll be the only good thing you've come up with besides fixing Hawkman.
You know what? I think some of our listeners might not know about the Bat Cow. Should we explain that? How that came about?
Yes, we should. Okay, somewhere along the line, Grant Morrison thought it'd be okay to give Damian the Bat Pets because Damian sucks.
Like a Hoover vacuum cleaner.
We got Ace the Bat Hound, and then we got the Bat Cow, which Damian rode out of an explosion. Unless that picture's fake.
If it's a fake,
I'm hoping it isn't.
If
it's that picture is so full of awesome.
No, if that picture's a fake, then we don't know what reality is anymore. And apparently we've been living in the Matrix all along.
But no, Bat Cow is all sorts of awesome. It's a cow that Damian adopted.
And then he became a vegetarian.
Because he didn't like the fact that he had to pick Bat Cow up from the slaughterhouse.
I just want to wonder what the conversation was between Alfred and Bruce when Damien brought Bat Cow to the Batcave.
This is Bat Cow, now I'm not a vegetarian. Damien, you can't bring any cows into the Bat. I'm sorry, Dick, are you my dad? No! I can have a cow if I want to.
Right, Alfred?
I guess. Pretty soon we're gonna have Batwoman. No, wait.
We already have that.
Bat girlfriend. I can bring my girlfriend in the Bat Cave. You're not my dad, Dick.
Wait.
Speaking of Dick, so I got to read some of the old Nova stuff.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, his name is Richard Rider.
Talk about alliteration.
you know what we call Richard in short.
Dick? Speaking of dicks.
Dick?
No.
Think about it.
No.
His last name is Ryder.
Dick Ryder. I got that. No,
Okay, good.
I wanted to bring us back over to Dick Cheney because we were talking about that earlier, and I still think that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that Dick Cheney supports gay rights?
Yeah.
You think so?
And, okay, my theory was it was because you remember all that time he spent in that bunker after 9/11? That's my theory.
I already know why he supports it.
Well, that's because you reminded me that his daughter was gay, and she wants to get married.
Yep. So he's a big supporter, and that's actually where a lot of Republicans are actually getting their support from. It's because someone in their family is gay. Generally, you're a lot less accepting when you don't have
when it doesn't affect you.
Thing. Like, a lot of people are against interracial marriage until they get an interracial family member. Then, generally, they're okay. There's a good chunk that isn't. Then I know a lot of politicians suddenly flip-flop on their morals because something in the family happens. Like, say this senator was against gay marriage, and all of a sudden his son comes out gay. Now he's supporting it because he wants to support his son.
You know that the whole interracial.
How the fuck did we get to this topic?
No. The whole thing about the whole interracial marriage made me remember about Thomas Jefferson's family reunions. There's a whole lot of people who show at them, and
you know what I've noticed?
Yeah.
Dude, we're editing all this part out because this is a little much, especially what I'm about to say.
Well, okay. Say it and then we'll censor as needed.
How many white Washingtons are there?
What?
Most people with the last name Washington are black.
You know what?
They're absolutely... George Washington Carver is the only one I can think off the top of my head.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
He's a good actor.
I like Morgan Freeman better.
I like Sidney Poitier. Or how the fuck... I can't remember how you say his last name. He's one of the older black guys.
We are cutting this part out.
We haven't
we're going back into our old tendencies.
Well, no, it's because we haven't called anybody a yet.
Short jump. Now we have to censor it.
I'm surprised that I had to say it and not you.
And I don't want to be killed.
Well, here's the thing. I know where all the stuff is in the video, so I know where to find out.
But anyway,
so
back to what we were saying.
Back to off topic, racist edition.
Well, you see, everyone, you caused me. Where's the king of black people?
Yeah.
Actually, if we ever kidnap a big name talk show, any big name person, we are not kidnapping Bill Cosby. I'd rather go after Oprah. At least Oprah has real power.
Does she still have it? I'm trying to think. Her TV show hasn't been around. It's been gone for a while, isn't it?
Oprah still does stuff. She just doesn't have a talk show.
Oh.
But Oprah is still extremely powerful.
Let's see.
Honestly, I don't see why she doesn't run for president. She'd probably win. I'd vote for her.
Okay, yeah, the show stopped a couple years ago. I just looked.
No, seriously, you can't shut Oprah down. If she doesn't get coverage, people are going to start calling bullshit on it immediately. And anyone who tries to demonize Oprah is opening up a can of worms they're not prepared to deal with.
Yeah.
Typical politician stuff would not work against Oprah, because we know all about her.
Exactly. That and the race card no longer works. At least as well as it used to.
Well, she's a woman, so...
Well, that and she's also got that in her favor, too.
Yeah. Dude, I would actually totally want Oprah to be our first female president.
Because then we can say that she's also our first real black president, too.